Hey guys, it's Cthulthu here. We're at the Dark Beasts for a Slayer task of mine. This is going to be a small Slayer guide for Dark Beasts. We're going to go through pretty much everything, hopefully. So let's start with the location. Two locations to kill Dark Beasts, at Curadel's Dungeon and at the Temple of Light. Right now we're at the Temple of Light, if you haven't noticed already. To the east of this spot, so if we face north, yep, to the east of this spot is another Dark Beast spot with plenty of Dark Beasts, just like this one. The difference being that this area has a rune rock directly north of me, which I'm now clicking on. That rune rock on this world, which is 144, will respawn approximately every 15 to 20 minutes. Well, that wasn't really an approximate because that was quite a large range, but yep, you can expect it between those two times. Obviously, the higher population, the more rune rock spawns you're going to get. Those are 13k each, so that's why I think it's worth coming down here rather than going to the Curadel's dungeon. The obvious advantage of going to Curadel's dungeon would be being able to use the ferocious ring for plus 50 damage. But yeah, otherwise, come down here if you need the money, I guess. A lot of people also come down here because they're able to use cannon. It's not multi-combat zone, but you can still put up a cannon here, and obviously it will help you kill that one dark beast a lot faster, so you can get on to the next one. So kind of like having a 2v1 scenario. If you're also thinking about using cannon, in which case you probably don't care much about losing money, you might want to redo the gear that I'm using. Maybe a fire cape, bandos here, and berserker ring here. Obviously, if you have an imbued berserker, then more reason to use that. I'm using the wealth because I rather have a dark bow drop. In fact, I've already had one, but I've already sent it away. So yeah, that's why I'm here and not at Curadel's dungeon. So let's have a look at my gear now. Everything's pretty normal in terms of the Slayer helm and the Fury. So let's talk about abnormal items. Like I said, red cape and prose light. This can be replaced with bandos if you like your strength more than your prayer bonus. Obviously, if you're more worried about how many prayer pots you're going to be using, then obviously use prose light and the red cape, or maybe use a combination of both. Maybe replace the red cape with the fire cape, and then keep the prose light or something. Obviously, the red cape gives a lot more prayer bonus than any individual prose light item, so probably best to keep the red cape on if you're worried about prayer. So what else have we got? We've got everything else is pretty normal. Some people for some reason bring Dragon Fire Shield, which I think is a complete waste of time. Only offers you a few strength bonus, which obviously you can see from the rest of my gear isn't a concern to me. And it gives you a hell of a lot of defense, but you don't need defense when you're praying melee. You shouldn't really be taking any damage. I've been taking damage because sometimes I forget to prayer top up. And then obviously the biggest item here, the Chaotic Rapier. It is the #1 Slayer weapon, that is for sure. A lot of people say that the Rapier is best for low defense monsters, whereas the longsword's best for high defense. Personally, I believe Rapier is all round better. The biggest test defense-wise in terms of Slayer would be here at the Dark Beasts, and personally I think the Rapier is a lot faster. I do have both swords. I have used them both extensively. The longsword was my first weapon, so I used it quite a lot. So I have a lot of experience using it, and I prefer the Rapier, which I got about 2 months later. And I've been using it now for 2 months. So yeah, so if anyone's going to know, I would know, I would guess. If we just have a quick look at my stats so I can show off. 99 Slayer and pretty much 28 mil Slayer experience. So if you're going to trust someone's opinion, trust mine. So that's about it. So yeah, obviously the Slayer tip for equipment would be have the Rapier, because that's going to help you a hell of a lot. It's going to speed up the task a lot. I wouldn't worry about having the longsword for bosses either, because it's not going to make too much of a difference, I don't think. Not that I have any proof to suggest that, but I don't think anyone has proof to suggest otherwise either, unless they solo with both swords a hell of a lot. Okay, I've probably been on that a bit too long. Let's talk about drops now. These drop lots of runes, deaths, chaos runes, blood runes, tele runes, Like every Slayer monster, they also drop nature runes in piles of 67, but that's a rare drop. They drop plenty of junk like javelins. Actually, no, not plenty. What I'm talking about, getting javelins from Dark Beast is as rare as getting, junk from other Slayer monsters like Abyssal Demons. But what you do get here is a black hatchet. That's the only black weapon that you should probably be picking up because those are worth, well, they were worth a lot. I don't know if they still are. About a month ago, they were worth 30k each. Right now, the last time I checked, they were worth 5k each. They're still worth picking up and using to sell as junk, or even just selling on the GE, which is possible sometimes. They drop rune chains, lots of rune helms, lots and lots of key halves. The two biggest drops, Dark Bow, that's approximately 1 million probably. Not that I know that, but it usually is 1 mil. It's been that way for quite a long time. And also effigies. Perhaps not important to everyone, but very important to me, seeing as my last 4 skills that I haven't got 99 in, 3 of them I hate. So instead of training them, I can just use effigies on them. So yeah, those are the drops. In terms of my inventory, usually I have 2 sets of extremes. Obviously I started this guide halfway through my trip. So yeah, there would be 2 more extremes here, an extreme attack and an extreme strength. There would also be 12 prayer pots. Usually, well no, actually there'd be 11 prayer pots and 1 would be a super restore. The super restore is for the yak. Obviously my my summoning is going to go down. I'm going to need to replace it, and I'm going to need these summon points to replace it. Unfortunately, I did forget this trip. I forget quite a lot, but try and remember to bring a super restore because this is going to take you longer than an hour, longer than a yak lives for. So you're going to need it, and you need to start with a yak too because inside my yak is another 12 prayer pots. So in total, that's 24. 1 being a super restore. Okay, so let's have a quick look around the drops because I haven't actually been paying that much attention. Here it there. I'm going to finish this Dark Beast and then I'm going to mine the Rune ore. So yeah, there would be 12 prayer pots here. Then there would be an extra yak scroll, the second yak scroll. There would be my scrolls, which is here, my holy wrench, my rune pickaxe, and there would be a Lolita, well not a Lolita crystal, it would be an elf crystal. So yeah, to actually get here, obviously if you've done within the light, then you should have better get that rune ore now, seeing as this dickhead has decided to try and steal my spot. He knows very well that I'm here obviously for the rune ore. Thankfully I got it, or at least I think I got it, I don't know. Let me undo the filter. Yes, I did get it, so screw him. His presence won't be too much of a problem because there's plenty of dark beasts to go around. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, okay, so the spanner, the holy wrench, the rune pickaxe, and the telecrystal that gets me here. The telecrystal is if you've done within the light, you can teleport using the Lolita. Telecrystal will then also go to the Temple of Light, so you can just teleport straight here. You teleport just southwest of here, so it's not a long run, maybe 10-20 seconds. Right, so that's drops. What else? Let's talk about prayers. Melee pray. The Dark Beast hits magic attack and melee attack. Will only hit magic attack if you run away from it, and even then it doesn't always hit you with major attacks. If you have a cannon it will, because it's constantly being attacked by the cannon and not you, so it will attack you back. But otherwise sometimes you can get away from it without it major attacking you, which is helpful because these switch very fast. If you move away from them, another one will come in and attack you straight away, and that happens quite often when you're picking up drops like this one, which is far away. So yeah, melee prey. Obviously turmoil if you're using Proselyte and Red Cape, because then the prayer won't drain that quickly. Turmoil is pretty much a must for every Slayer task though. And then Berserker, so you can make your pot dose last just that little bit longer. So you can see this guy using the cannon. One of the things I hate about the cannon is that when it hits a dark beast far away from you, that dark beast is going to mage you and you have to run towards it. And it slows you down just a bit, but then again, that doesn't mean that much because the cannon obviously speeds up the task in the end, but it's just a little bit annoying. It's also extra damage that you're taking. So look, here you go. It's attacking him from afar, so now he's got to go run for it. And obviously he wants to be in this zone because that's where his cannon is. That's where he's going to want to retop. Now he's going to have to run back. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The Dark Beast, level 182. You could kill it without prayer. You could kill it with Bandos. In that case, I'd suggest having great defense, maybe DFS even though I still wouldn't use it. But then again, I have an Elysian, so I'd use that as a replacement to boost my defense. Obviously, you'd need a unicorn to heal up with. Perhaps enhanced Excalibur would be useful too. My yak's about to die and I can't refresh it, so I'm going to have to send everything away, make space for the 12 prayer pots. That's pretty much it. This has been Cthulthu. This has been my Dark Beast guide, kind of. I've just told you everything I know about Dark Beasts. See you until next time.